Hey guys. Sorry, I was expecting somebody else. I heard the music and thought you guys were somebody else. Oh, sweet. My LiteAF package came. Thanks. Yo kids, what's up? Goat here, man. And hey, just want to give you a look-see of my new LiteAF backpack. I purchased it and I've had it for about a month, and I really haven't got much use out of it because I've been screwing off, ice fishing or fishing, whatever. But show you some of the features, look at the pack, and tell you my experience and whatnot. I'm not going to do a review. I haven't had it or really used it enough to say whether it's fantastic or not, but I will tell you about the experience I had with Chris and LiteAF, as well as what my first impressions of the pack are. Show you some of the options that are standard, as well as some of the little things I had added later on. But if you haven't looked into LiteAF, I gotta say the customer service and the experience I had with Chris were second to none. We had met a couple times on a camping trip and then kind of a short backpacking trip, and Chris is a rad dude. He's just solid, man. He's a good guy. And my experience that I've had with him for the backpack has been second to none. Anybody that knows me knows I don't like stock stuff. I'm kind of a tinkerer, and I like to fabricate things and stuff like that. So periodically when I'd get an idea or something, I would send Chris a little snapshot or a little video clip of something I'd sewed on a previous pack, or an idea I had, or something that was standard on another pack I had, and be like, Chris, dude, you gotta do this. And he'd be like, I could do that. So he totally added these features, which was awesome. Secondly, the wait time, not bad. It's definitely shorter than some of the other manufacturers out there. And third, I have to say, which I thought was really cool, was the day of my pack making, I get a text at 8 a.m. and it's Chris. He's like, dude, you're up. I'm like, yes. So periodically throughout the day, he would send me little clips, just pictures of the making of my pack. So I got to kind of see it being built. I thought that was a really cool experience. Anyway, I'm gonna set up kind of over here and set it down and give you a look-see. First off, I went with a 40-liter curve, and what that means is the main compartment of this bag, it's 40 liters. I went with 40 liters because I'm a hammock camper. Anybody that hikes and sleeps in hammocks knows you have two quilts. You got an under and an over. They're just bulky. So I wanted something that was a little bit more. In the past, I had a 35-liter, and it was a ULA Ohm 2.0, and it's a fantastic pack, man. I would recommend it in a second. Good pack. But the main compartment's 35, and anytime I was in the winter, or if I was going on extended trips for 5 or 6 days and I was carrying all that food, it kind of was just really bulky and tight to get everything in there. So I wanted something a little bit bigger. The curve part comes into play. Basically, your back, the smaller your back kind of curves. And so Chris said, you know what, that's usable space. So he made the bottom of the pack down here kind of bulge out a little bit, just a little. It's not terribly noticeable, but it kind of fills up that smaller back. So that's a great feature, and it gives you just a little bit more room for your quilts or whatever you put down in the bottom. It is a roll top, so it has snaps and buckles on it, and skunk somewhere close because I can smell it. I don't want to get sprayed by a skunk, so I have to keep an eye out. Anyway, it's a roll top, and it's huge, man. I'm telling you, I have so much room in this thing. I think it's kind of bigger than 40. I don't know, but it's big. There is a ton of room. So, standard issue, you know, it's got this front Lycra pouch. It's great. You can throw your ditty sacks in there, your quilt, your tarps, whatever you want to throw in there, man. You know, to keep stuff dry, extra gloves, hats, socks to dry, whatever. Secondly, it's got two really big pouches here, man. They're big, and you could easily fit 2 smart water bottles in it. A cool thing that we had done, and it's something that I wanted, and I'm really happy that he was able to accommodate. I got cinch straps on mine, so I can loosen this up or tighten it up and draw it tight so stuff doesn't fall out of that side pocket. Thought it was a great feature, and I appreciate Chris accommodating stuff like that for me. Secondly, it has compressions straps on the sides, so you can kind of, you know, cinch up your load a little bit. He has loops. I got 4 of them, 2 on top, 2 on bottom, where I could put trekking poles, an ice axe, a regular hatchet if I wanted to. I'm going to use mine to carry my umbrella. It worked out really well. I was kind of tinkering around with it, and it's awesome. Chris was nice enough to put some camo, and you can't probably see it very well, but I got camo stitching on there, just kind of a little, you know, extra piece. I also went with black and the camo pockets. I thought that was just a cool color combo. I'm a sucker for black and camo, man. I just think it looked awesome. Going forward, on the bottom here, and this is a standard option. It's not something that comes stock, but it's in the check boxes if you want it or not, so it's definitely an option. This bottom Lycra pocket, I put my rain gear in there, basically my poncho and my pants, and it seems to fit really nice and it's comfortable. I took a little walk in the woods the other day with it, and it's nice. There's a little loop here in the front as well in the back. If you wanted to, you could probably strap something under there as a single strap. I probably will never use that, but you could. It's a great option if you want to lash something on there. The front, he has a loop at the top so you can, you know, carry it and you don't have to pull it by the cords. The straps, they're kind of S-curved, and they're super comfortable, man. I mean, they just ride on my shoulders awesome. They don't push on my back or my neck or anything. They're really, really, really comfortable. On the pockets, this is another standard option. You can get these shoulder strap Lycra pockets, and they're just stretchy material. You know, you could put a water bottle in there, your phone. I have my phone on one side, and then I keep a windbreaker on the other, my wind shirt. One on each side. The shoulder straps have daisy chain from top to bottom, so you can clip on gadgets, clips, hooks, whatever you got. I had him sew 2 D-rings on mine, so that was one of the kind of quirky things I asked for. I'm like, oh man, this would be great, but could you put some D-rings on there? So he put 2 on for me. Comes with, you know, standard sternum strap. And on the back, so this is another thing I asked for. He has some loops along the side that he sewed on, and there's you know, some stretch bungee cord that loops on there, and this is basically my sit pad. So instead of putting it on the inside as a kind of a frame, because it is a frameless pack, I had him put it on the outside so I could take it off and sit on it really quick and put it back, and I don't have to dig down inside my pack or fold it up and put it on the top where I wouldn't have that back support of the extra pad. So that was an extra add-on feature that I had him do, and he was totally accommodating to it. Next is the belt system. I was not fully sold on getting rid of a hip belt. I may or may not, I don't know. But we talked a couple times and he went through a couple different ideas, and finally we settled on a belt system that I think works really great. So I have a couple options. I got 3 options actually, so I can kind of tinker around and see what I like. But first off, he had sent me some wings. I did not get belt pockets because I don't want to be sucked into having a belt. I like having the option of push myself to not use them. So, but I do have them, and I'll tell you, I did load this thing up with 25 pounds just out of curiosity, and the wings for the belt definitely took some of that weight off. It distributed it a lot nicer than without. So I have them if I happen to go in a winter trip or a long period of time where I'm going to have a lot of food and there's going to be extra weight. Normally my base weight's about 9 pounds. In the winter it's about 12. So not necessary exactly, but if you tack on 10 or 12 pounds of food, you know, you're looking at 19 pounds. I mean, so it is nice to have the option. And these work off of these clips, and he had sewn 2 loops, and these clips just slide in there and then they clip shut. So one on each side. There is daisy chain on here, so you have the option to add external pockets or tuck stuff through there, however you want to do it. And there's a double buckle system, one on each side, so I can tighten my straps however I want. Another option I got, just because it'll save weight, is really just a strap. They have a single buckle on each side and a buckle in the middle, and I can adjust, you know, the tension this way. The option I have on there now is the fanny pack, and I think this is going to be great. It's going to put some of my ditty stuff in there and things I need kind of quick access, you know, your toilet paper or whatever that you might need, your emergency kit, stuff like that. And it has this little front pocket, so if you wanted to throw, you know, your trash or whatever in there, you can use it for snacks, whatever you want. I'm just telling you what I'm going to use it for. And this does take a little of the weight off. Like I said, I loaded up 23 pounds, and it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad. So, you know, I think it's kind of on the cusp there. Maybe if I tried it at 18, I will definitely go. I'm going to definitely wear this a lot more and see what I think of it. But it's a nice feature. Plus, you can take it off and use it as a regular hip belt. So if you're a thru hiker and you want a fanny pack for town because you don't wear pockets or something like that, then you have the option. It's pretty cool. Lastly, and I don't know how I'm going to show you this, but it's funny that it came up because Dan Becker, and if you don't watch Dan, you should, because that dude's funny. I just started watching this channel, and he's a backpacking channel. And anyway, Dan threw out the question about what people do with their keys and their, you know, money on the trail. Everybody, I feel like, is terribly afraid of losing their keys in the woods. That just sucks. Who wants to get back to their car and find out you have to walk back or, you know, get a ride or something? So I also asked Chris to put couple loops inside of my pack, and I'm going to try to flip this over as best I can so you can see. But this was an idea. So I have these two loops on the inside, and it's on the back and on the Lycra pocket, so it's not pushing up against my back. But there's two loops there, and then I have this little set that has those same kind of clips on them. And basically this right here is my keys and wallet pouch. I probably could have went a little smaller, but this is the one that I took out of my ULA. This was an idea that ULA had, and I love it because I just put the stuff in there in the beginning and I zip it up and I never touch it till I get back to the car, so I know my wallet or keys or my money is always in there safe. Anyway, that is, I think, it. But I have to say the experience with Chris has been amazing, and I can't say enough. And I'm going to put a link to his Instagram and website, and probably not his phone number, but maybe I'll put it in there, I don't know. But anyway, I'll put all that at the bottom, so if you're interested in a new pack, he makes them out of Dyneema composite. He has a couple different weights, so if you're super hard on your stuff or you bushwhack, he has a 5 milligram. It's pretty thick. I went with the 290. I asked him, I'm like, hey, what do you suggest and what do you think? And he asked me, do you bushwhack? Are you really hard on your stuff? Do you throw it around or whatever? I'm like, no, not really. So I went with the 290, and I have to say it seems really sturdy. Also, there's snaps here. I forgot to show you this on the top of the main compartment. So anyway, if you're interested in a pack, you should definitely check them out. If nothing else, explore your options. But I have to say the experience was nice. The craftsmanship on this looks really good. And if you want, go to his Instagram site and check out. He posts all of his packs that he makes for everybody. So he has some really nice designs, unique things. And I know he can get printed fabrics. So if you're interested in having rubber duckies or the Galaxy or flames or hamburgers or whatever they make, they can print that stuff on Dyneema composite, and he can make that for you. Anyway, I hope this helped somebody get a look at what this is. In a year or so, after I put some miles on it and kind of run it through the ringer, I'll give you a review of what I think. But so far, I'm super happy with the experience, and I feel like it's a great pack. Anyway, goat out.